Hi guys, it's Brooklyn. This video is going to be a review and demo of the, let me see where I said it, the Dermacol Makeup Cover Foundation. So I got this off of eBay and I paid around £5, including postage and packaging, which is good. I originally looked on Amazon to see if I could find it, but it was like at least £12 or even more on Amazon, so I just thought you can get a lot cheaper on eBay, so I might as well get it off eBay. I know there's a lot of fakes out there, but the way I kind of like protected myself from getting a fake is I looked at the sellers' reviews and the sellers' like feedback, and I made sure to choose a seller that had at least 90 or 95% positive feedback. So I have the shade 210, but I've also ordered 208 and I've also ordered the big flat kabuki brush. It's the one everyone uses with this foundation and I really wanted to try it. So the reason why 210 matches me now is because I'm tanning at the minute. So 208 is when I'm really fair, and I'm thinking of getting 218 when I have like mental fake tan on. So yes, if you want me to do a review on those colours, like the colours I've ordered, please let me know. But this one's like just about 210. So I'll get into like the demo first. So I'm starting with a clean face. I got this clean with face and I've got moisturiser on. I've let that moisturiser sit for at least 15 minutes. I'm going to use my NYX Angel Veil Primer to apply to my face. So all I'm taking is that much. It's like a pea size amount, it's not really that much. And just apply it just here. Now on to the star of the show, which is the Dermacol Makeup Cover Foundation in the shade 210. So I'm taking like literally that much from my whole face. And I'm going to apply it with my Real Techniques sponge, which needs to be clean, but I just washed it there before. I rinsed it there before I was going to like do this video, so it's not too bad. Don't judge me. And just on it all over my face and I'm going to blend it in. This stuff is like really full coverage, so we don't really need that much of it. I find the sponge kind of shears it out a little bit, so I'm going to take a bit more from my cheeks. If I was using a brush I wouldn't use as much, but because it's a sponge I just need a bit more. I need a bit more for the sponge, so that much. I'm just going to dot that onto my cheeks. A little bit on the forehead. On here. Just gonna smooth it out. I'm going to finish off the rest of my base makeup and I'll come right back. So I've just finished off like the rest of my base makeup. For concealer I use the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade 1 Fair. I use that under my eyes on like the highlight point, so middle of the forehead, down the nose, cupid's bow and chin area. Also on the jawline, like on the cheekbones area for redness, even though no redness showed for this foundation, but in case it does break down, I like to ensure I have like some coverage there just to get rid of that horrible redness. And to set my under eye area and highlight area, I used the NUA Set and Reflect powder duo in the white shade, so it's like the white powder, and it's perfect if you're fair, like to set your under eyes. It's so white and pigmented and it'll not make you look ghosty, it just gives you like a lovely highlight, so you can blend it out and it's really good. To set the rest of my face, I use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Powder Foundation in the shade Fair Neutral. And for brushes, I use the Primark PS Pro powder brush and liquid foundation brush. This one's for like under your eyes, like the set like the highlighted places too. But you can use it for liquid foundation if you want to. And this one's perfect for like setting all over your face. It's a nice big massive powder. It's a nice big massive brush just to get the whole face area, so it's great. This is what the Urban Decay powder foundation looks like. It's like nearly all gone basically, but it's nice for a colour. And it does provide a good bit of coverage, and it does keep the makeup on all day basically. And I may need to get a new one soon because it's nearly all gone, and I've had it since February, so it's lasted me a good amount of time, and it's June now. So yes, I'll finish the rest of my makeup and get back to you. I'm going to talk about what I like about this foundation. So first of all, the packaging. The packaging is really nice. It's like this kind of gold. It has some sparkles to it, and it is very like well presented. The only con about this packaging is like one of them ones like you squeeze it and it doesn't bounce back, so it's starting to get dented already, which is a bit, but it's alright as long as the foundation's good. I don't really mind. And yes, so another pro point about this foundation, I like the way it kind of has like the use by date on this part of the packaging, so it's on the back, so it tells you when it's going to expire, and it has a good like, it's going to expire in April 2020, so that's like nearly 3 years, so you got a good amount of time to use this up, but I would recommend using it up before then. A con about this packaging, it doesn't clearly state where like, well, it doesn't really state where the shade name is. It just doesn't say it. It only says it on like the other packagings, which is a bit of a nuisance. It means like if you throw this away, you'll have to like try to like swatch it and see what shade you're using, especially if you use like a couple of shades like me, because I do fake tan. So yes, but I would still recommend it as it's a really good foundation. So the coverage on this is a massive maximum coverage. Now how I rate coverage is in 5 ways. There's sheer, light, medium, full, maximum. This one is definitely maximum. So maximum is like fuller coverage, and full is like the extreme. And this is, I'd say this is comparable to the Estee Double or maximum coverage. They're pretty much the same kind of coverage level. But this one has a dewy finish, like a satin dewy finish. It's not extremely dewy, but it's like more on like kind of like a radiant look. This will give you a massive amount of coverage, and there's no need to use like too much of this, only about that much, so not even half of what you would use a regular foundation. So see this foundation, you don't even need a concealer with it, but you can if you want to. I did use a concealer with this. I used the collection Lasting Perfection in the shade Fair, just to kind of highlight my face and to ensure there's no redness coming through, even though this covers it up completely, which is amazing. So the other thing about this, I find it lasts all day on my skin, but my oils do show through in this, but it's not bad. It just looks like radiant, and when you apply it first, it kind of looks like a radiant foundation, but when you set it, it goes like a matte, more of a matte kind of satin look. But you don't like those kind of dewy or radiant or satin foundation, you'll not like this. But if you want something that's as good a coverage as this, but it's completely matte, go for double or maximum. But the only bugbear about that is there like not enough shades, so it's a bit of a, but this one has like a good selection of shades, and 208 is a good shade for fair people. So I find the best way to apply this is with a sponge. I haven't tried a brush yet, but I've tried my fingers. The fingers, like applying it with my fingers is okay, but I would just prefer using like a sponge. The sponge kind of like smooths it out and makes it sit better on the skin. It kind of melts the foundation into your skin, so it kind of like makes it look nicer and more like flawless, photo ready. It's amazing. Now I have this on now, as I mentioned before, and every kind of product I've applied on top has really like applied well. I look at Photoshop or something. It's really amazing, and this colour matches me, like it matches my tan quite well. And yes, I know some people don't like this foundation, but like it's the same kind of thing with anything. Nothing's gonna work for anyone. Like it's very rare something's gonna work for everyone. So I'll recommend you try it out, see if you like it, and try different methods of applying it. So if you don't like applying it with your fingers, try the sponge. Or if you don't like applying it with a sponge, try a brush. If you don't like applying it with a brush, try the sponge. Or you can just stipple it on with the brush and then use a sponge to kind of smooth it out. There's all different ways you can do, like apply this foundation. And also if you find it's not lasting that long, try switching up your primer or try switching up your powder. Like if you're very, very oily, use a mattifying powder and primer. As I find, like it might not last as long on your skin if you're very oily. I'm combination oily and I find it lasts fine on my skin. And I have a problem with foundations like not lasting well on my skin or breaking down. Bear in mind, I'm testing this foundation out and I'm only like on the third kind of application, so I'm still in that trial period. I might find some imperfections with it later down the line, but so far it's so good. And if you have like issues with like fine lines and like pigmentation or texture in your skin, I recommend using like a pore film primer like the Benefit Professional or Angel Veil or that L'Oreal, like it's a Studio Secret primer. Use something like that and apply this on. It'll take away from that texture, so it'll look better on your skin. If you're really, really dry, I would suggest like prepping your skin really well with like exfoliation and moisturising and priming before you like put this on, as it can cling to like dry patches. I've heard from other people it can, but it isn't going to dry your skin out because it is more of that kind of radiant. But if you have like, say if you apply like a matte foundation on dry skin, it will dry it out, but this one won't. I find that like, so on mature skin I would recommend using a primer or like not using it under your eyes, so using your concealer under your eyes and like just using this sparingly if you have mature skin, because it may like sink into your lines and all, and especially use a primer too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't ramble on too much, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye, stay gorgeous.